everyone. Welcome to Easy English for Everyone. Don't forget to subscribe, comment, like and share to receive the latest videos. Now let's study together.
Hi everyone. Today, we will practice listening and speaking skills with Harry Studies Everywhere topic. This story will take you on a fun journey with Harry, a boy who studies wherever he goes. Along the way, we will learn about dedication, hard work, and the importance of learning anytime, anywhere. Chapter 1. The day Harry decided to study everywhere. Once upon a time, in a small town called Greenfield, there lived a young boy named Harry. Harry was a curious and adventurous soul, always eager to explore new things. He had a bright mind and a heart full of dreams. However, Harry had one big challenge. He found it hard to focus on his studies. Every time he sat down with his books, his mind would wander off to the park, the river, or the bustling market. One sunny morning, as Harry was walking to school, he noticed a sign on a tree that read, "Study Everywhere Challenge." The sign was bright and colorful, with a drawing of a boy reading a book under a tree. Intrigued, Harry decided to investigate further. He found a flyer on the ground and read it carefully. "Welcome to the Study Everywhere Challenge. Are you tired of the same old study routine? Do you want to make learning fun and exciting? Join us and discover the joy of studying in different places, from the park to the library, from the beach to your own backyard. The world is your classroom. Sign up today and start your adventure." Harry's eyes sparkled with excitement. This was exactly what he needed. He rushed to the school and found the teacher in charge of the challenge, Mrs. Thompson. Mrs. Thompson was a kind and enthusiastic woman who loved to inspire her students. She welcomed Harry with a warm smile and explained the rules of the challenge. "Hello, Harry. I'm so glad you're interested in the Study Everywhere Challenge. The idea is simple. Study in a new place every day for a month. Each place should offer a unique environment that can help you focus and learn in different ways. You can choose any location you like, as long as it's safe and you have permission to be there. At the end of the month, we'll have a celebration to share our experiences and what we've learned. Are you ready to give it a try?" Harry nodded eagerly. "Yes, Mrs. Thompson. I'm ready to start right away." Mrs. Thompson handed Harry a small notebook and a pencil. "Here's your study journal. Use it to write down where you study each day, what you learn, and how you feel. It will help you stay organized and reflect on your journey. Good luck, Harry." With a sense of purpose, Harry left the school and headed home. He couldn't wait to start his new adventure. As he walked, he imagined all the places he could study: the quiet library, the bustling market, the peaceful park, and even the cozy attic in his house. The possibilities were endless, and Harry felt a surge of excitement. When he arrived home, Harry shared his new challenge with his family. His parents, Mr. and Mrs. Brown, were supportive and encouraged him to explore and learn. His younger sister, Lily, was curious and asked if she could join him on some days. Harry agreed, and the family decided to support him in any way they could. That evening, Harry sat down with his study journal and made a list of potential study spots. He wrote down the park, the library, the attic, the market, and even the beach. He was determined to make the most of this challenge and turn his study sessions into exciting adventures. The next day, Harry woke up early, feeling more energized than ever. He packed his backpack with his books, a water bottle, and a snack. He was ready to embark on his first day of the Study Everywhere Challenge. Little did he know that this journey would not only change the way he studied, but also open up a world of new experiences and friendships. Chapter 2. The Park Adventure. Harry's first day of the Study Everywhere Challenge began with a sunny morning and a sense of excitement. Harry's first day of the Study Everywhere Challenge began with a sunny morning and a sense of excitement. He decided to start his adventure at the local park, a place he had visited many times, but never with the intention of studying. He decided to start his adventure at the local park, a place he had visited many times, but never with the intention of studying. The park was a large, green space with tall trees, a small pond, and a playground. It was a perfect spot for a peaceful study session. Harry arrived at the park early, just as the sun was rising. The air was fresh, and the only sounds were the chirping of birds and the rustling of leaves. He found a comfortable spot under a big oak tree and set up his study area. He placed his notebook, pencil, and books on the ground, and then he took a deep breath, ready to begin. As he opened his book, Harry noticed a group of children playing on the swings nearby. Their laughter and shouts of joy were infectious, and for a moment, he felt a pang of distraction. But then, he remembered Mrs. Thompson's words about making the most of different environments. He decided to embrace the park's energy and use it to his advantage. Harry started with his math homework. The numbers and equations seemed more manageable in the fresh air. He worked through each problem, feeling a sense of focus and clarity. The rustling leaves and the occasional breeze kept his mind alert and engaged. When he finished his math, he moved on to his English reading assignment. He chose a novel about a young explorer, which seemed fitting for his park adventure. As he read, Harry noticed a family of ducks swimming in the pond. The mother duck was leading her ducklings, and they were all quacking softly. Harry watched them for a while, feeling a sense of peace and wonder. He realized that the park was not just a place to play, but also a place to observe and learn about nature. After a while, Harry took a break to stretch his legs. He walked over to the playground and saw Lily, his younger sister, playing on the swings. She waved at him, and he waved back, feeling a sense of pride that he was doing something special. "Hi, Harry," Lily called out. "What are you doing here?" "I'm studying for the Study Everywhere Challenge," Harry explained. "I thought the park would be a great place to start." Lily's eyes widened with curiosity. "Can I join you?" Harry smiled. "Of course. You can sit with me and read your favorite book. We can make it a family study session." Lily's face lit up, and she ran over to join Harry. They found a spot on a bench, and Harry helped her with her reading. They read together, pointing out interesting words and sharing their thoughts. The time flew by, and before they knew it, it was almost lunchtime. Harry and Lily packed up their things and headed to a nearby picnic area. They spread out a blanket and enjoyed a picnic lunch, talking about what they had learned. Harry felt a sense of accomplishment and joy. Studying in the park had been a refreshing and enjoyable experience. He realized that the environment played a significant role in his ability to focus and learn. After lunch, Harry decided to explore the park a bit more. He found a quiet corner near the pond and set up his study area again. This time, he worked on his science project about plants. He observed the different types of trees and flowers in the park, taking notes and making sketches. The hands-on experience made the project more engaging and memorable. As the afternoon wore on, Harry felt a sense of calm and satisfaction. The park had provided a perfect setting for his first day of the challenge. He packed up his things and headed home, feeling proud of what he had accomplished. That evening, Harry wrote in his study journal about his park adventure. He described the peaceful environment, the distractions he had overcome, and the new things he had learned. He also noted how studying in the park had made the experience more enjoyable and less monotonous. As he closed his journal, Harry smiled. He was excited to see what the next day would bring and where his study adventure would take him next. Little did he know that each new location would offer its own unique challenges and rewards, and that his journey was just beginning. Chapter 3: The Library of Wonders. The next morning, Harry woke up with a sense of anticipation. He had decided to spend his second day of the Study Everywhere Challenge at the local library. The library was a place he had visited many times, but he had never really explored it in depth. He was eager to discover what this quiet, book-filled haven had to offer. Harry arrived at the library early, just as the doors were opening. The librarian, Ms. Jenkins, greeted him with a warm smile. "Good morning, Harry. What brings you here today?" "Hi, Ms. Jenkins," Harry replied. "I'm doing the Study Everywhere Challenge, and I thought the library would be a great place to study. I want to explore all the different sections and see what I can learn." Ms. Jenkins's eyes sparkled with excitement. "That sounds wonderful. The library is a treasure trove of knowledge. You can find books on almost any topic you can imagine. Let me show you around." Ms. Jenkins led Harry through the library, introducing him to the various sections. They started with the children's section, where colorful books and cozy reading nooks invited young readers to explore. Harry found a book about animals and sat down to read, enjoying the illustrations and the engaging stories. Next, they moved to the science and technology section. Harry was fascinated by the books on space, biology, and engineering. He picked up a book about the solar system and began to read, learning about the planets, moons, and stars. The detailed diagrams and photographs made the information come to life. After a while, Harry and Ms. Jenkins visited the history section. The shelves were lined with books about ancient civilizations, famous battles, and significant events. Harry found a book about the ancient Egyptians and was captivated by the stories of pharaohs, pyramids, and mummies. He read about the construction of the Great Pyramid of Giza and the mysteries of the Sphinx. Feeling inspired, Harry decided to delve deeper into the history of his own town. He found a section dedicated to local history and picked up a book about Greenfield. The book was filled with old photographs, maps, and stories about the town's founding and its development over the years. Harry learned about the first settlers, the establishment of the town hall, and the construction of the library itself. He was amazed to discover that the library had been built over 100 years ago and had undergone several renovations to become the beautiful space it was today. As the morning turned into afternoon, Harry's curiosity led him to the art and literature section. He found a book of classic poetry and began to read, savoring the beautiful words and the emotions they evoked. He also discovered a collection of short stories, each one a small window into different worlds and lives. Feeling the need for a break, Harry decided to explore the library's quiet reading room. The room was a peaceful oasis, with soft lighting, comfortable chairs, and a view of the garden outside. Harry found a cozy corner and settled in with his notebook. He wrote about his experiences in the library, reflecting on the wealth of knowledge and the sense of discovery he had felt. After a while, Harry met a group of other students who were also studying at the library. They struck up a conversation, and Harry learned that they were working on a group project about renewable energy. Intrigued, Harry joined them, and they discussed the different types of renewable energy sources, such as solar, wind, and hydropower. The group shared their ideas and resources, and Harry felt a sense of camaraderie and collaboration. As the afternoon wore on, Harry realized that the library was not just a place to read books, but also a hub of learning and community. He felt grateful for the opportunity to explore so many different subjects and to connect with others who shared his passion for learning. When it was time to leave, Harry thanked Ms. Jenkins for her guidance and promised to return soon. He packed up his things and headed home, feeling a sense of accomplishment and excitement. The library had been a wonderful place to study, and he had learned so much more than he had expected. That evening, Harry wrote in his study journal about his library adventure. He described the different sections he had explored, the books he had read, and the new friends he had made. He also noted how the library's quiet and organized environment had helped him focus and absorb information more effectively. As he closed his journal, Harry smiled. He was eager to see what the next day would bring and where his study adventure would take him next. Little did he know that each new location would offer its own unique challenges and rewards, and that his journey was just beginning. Chapter 4: The Attic of Secrets. The third day of the Study Everywhere Challenge was a special one for Harry. He decided to explore a place that was close to home but had always been a mystery to him: the attic. Harry's house was an old, charming building with a spacious attic that had been mostly unused for years. It was a place filled with old furniture, dusty trunks, and forgotten treasures. Harry had always been curious about what lay hidden up there, and now he had the perfect excuse to investigate. Harry climbed the narrow staircase to the attic, his heart racing with excitement. The air was musty, and the light was dim, but the attic was full of potential. He found a comfortable spot near a window where a beam of sunlight filtered through, casting a warm glow on the floor. Harry set up his study area, placing his notebook, pencil, and books on an old wooden table. As he opened his book, Harry noticed the unique atmosphere of the attic. The creaking of the floorboards and the occasional flutter of a moth created a sense of mystery and adventure. He started with his history homework, which involved writing an essay about the American Revolution. The quiet and secluded environment of the attic helped him focus, and he felt a sense of immersion in the subject matter. While working, Harry's attention was drawn to a large, ornate trunk in the corner. It was covered in dust and cobwebs, but it looked intriguing. Harry decided to take a break and explore the trunk. He carefully opened it, and inside, he found a collection of old letters, photographs, and documents. The letters were written by his great-grandfather, who had been a soldier during World War II. The photographs showed his great-grandfather in uniform, standing next to his fellow soldiers, and in scenes of everyday life in the 1940s. Harry was fascinated by the contents of the trunk. He read through the letters, which detailed his great-grandfather's experiences during the war, his thoughts on the challenges he faced, and his hopes for the future. The photographs provided a visual glimpse into a different era, and Harry felt a strong connection to his family's history. He realized that the attic was not just a storage space, but a repository of stories and memories. Inspired by his discovery, Harry decided to incorporate some of the information from the letters and photographs into his history essay. He wrote about how his great-grandfather's experiences had influenced his understanding of the American Revolution and the importance of perseverance and courage. The personal touch added a unique and meaningful element to his essay. After a while, Harry's younger sister, Lily, joined him in the attic. She was curious about what he was doing and eager to explore the trunk. Harry showed her the letters and photographs, and they spent some time reading and discussing them together. Lily was fascinated by the stories of their great-grandfather and asked Harry to tell her more about their family's history. Harry and Lily spent the afternoon in the attic, alternating between studying and exploring. They found old toys, books, and even a vintage camera. Harry used the camera to take pictures of the attic, capturing the unique atmosphere and the treasures they had discovered. They also found a box of old family recipes, which they decided to try out later. As the day wore on, Harry felt a sense of satisfaction and pride. Studying in the attic had been a unique and enriching experience. The quiet and secluded environment had helped him focus, and the discovery of the trunk had added a personal and emotional dimension to his learning. He realized that the attic was not just a place to store old things, but a place to uncover hidden stories and connect with his family's past. When it was time to leave, Harry and Lily packed up their things and headed downstairs. They shared their experiences with their parents, who were amazed by what they had discovered. Mr. and Mrs. Brown encouraged Harry to continue exploring the attic and to use the stories and memories he had found to enrich his learning. That evening, Harry wrote in his study journal about his attic adventure. He described the unique atmosphere, the discovery of the trunk, and the personal connection he had made to his family's history. He also noted how the attic's quiet and secluded environment had helped him focus and absorb information more effectively. As he closed his journal, Harry smiled. He was eager to see what the next day would bring and where his study adventure would take him next. Little did he know that each new location would offer its own unique challenges and rewards, and that his journey was just beginning. Chapter 5. The Market of Colors. The fourth day of the Study Everywhere Challenge was a vibrant and bustling one. Harry decided to spend his study session at the local market, a place he had visited many times, but never with the intention of studying. The market was a hub of activity, with colorful stalls, the aroma of fresh produce, and the sounds of vendors calling out to customers. Harry was excited to see how this lively environment would impact his learning. Harry arrived at the market early, just as the vendors were setting up their stalls. The market was a large, open space with a variety of sections, including fresh produce, baked goods, crafts, and clothing. Harry found a quiet corner near the entrance and set up his study area on a small bench. He placed his notebook, pencil, and books on the bench, and then he took a deep breath, ready to begin. As he opened his book, Harry noticed the vibrant colors and the lively atmosphere around him. The market was a feast for the senses, with the sweet smell of fresh fruit, the sight of colorful flowers, and the sounds of people chatting and laughing. Harry decided to start with his art class assignment, which involved creating a sketch of a still life. He looked around and found a stall with a variety of fruits and vegetables, perfect for his project. Harry began to sketch, capturing the shapes and colors of the produce. The bright red apples, the yellow bananas, and the green cucumbers came to life on his paper. The market's energy and the variety of colors inspired him, and he felt a sense of creativity and focus. As he worked, a vendor noticed what he was doing and offered him a small basket of fresh strawberries as a gift. Harry thanked the vendor and added the strawberries to his sketch, feeling a sense of gratitude and connection to the community. After completing his art assignment, Harry moved on to his science project about photosynthesis. He decided to interview some of the vendors to learn more about how plants grow and thrive. He approached a vendor selling herbs and asked if she could tell him about the plants she grew. The vendor, a kind and knowledgeable woman named Mrs. Green, was happy to share her expertise. "Sure, I'd be happy to help," Mrs. Green said. "Photosynthesis is a fascinating process. It's how plants make their own food using sunlight, water, and carbon dioxide. The leaves of the plants capture sunlight, which is then used to convert water and carbon dioxide into glucose and oxygen. The glucose is what the plant uses for energy, and the oxygen is released into the air." Harry listened intently, taking notes and asking questions. Mrs. Green showed him some of the herbs she was selling, explaining how different conditions, such as sunlight and water, affected their growth. Harry was fascinated by the practical application of what he had learned in class and felt a deeper understanding of the subject. After his interview, Harry decided to take a break and explore the market further. He wandered through the different sections, admiring the variety of goods and the friendly interactions between vendors and customers. He found a stall selling handmade crafts and was drawn to a beautiful painting of a sunset over the ocean. The artist, a young woman named Sarah, was working on a new piece, and Harry watched in awe as she blended colors and added details. "Wow, that's amazing," Harry said. "How do you come up with your ideas?" Sarah smiled. "Thanks. I find inspiration in nature and the world around me. The colors, the shapes, and the emotions I experience all contribute to my art. It's a way for me to express myself and share my vision with others." Harry was inspired by Sarah's passion and creativity. He realized that the market was not just a place to buy and sell, but also a place of art and expression. He decided to incorporate some of the colors and textures he had seen into his own artwork, adding a new dimension to his projects. As the day wore on, Harry felt a sense of connection to the community and a deeper appreciation for the market's vibrant atmosphere. He realized that the market was a living, breathing place where people came together to share, learn, and grow. Studying in the market had been a unique and enriching experience, and he felt grateful for the opportunity to explore it in a new way. When it was time to leave, Harry thanked the vendors and artists he had met and promised to return soon. He packed up his things and headed home, feeling a sense of accomplishment and excitement. The market had provided a perfect setting for his study session, and he had learned so much more than he had expected. That evening, Harry wrote in his study journal about his market adventure. He described the vibrant atmosphere, the interviews with vendors, and the inspiration he had drawn from the colors and textures around him. He also noted how the market's lively environment had helped him focus and absorb information in a new and engaging way. As he closed his journal, Harry smiled. He was eager to see what the next day would bring and where his study adventure would take him next. Little did he know that each new location would offer its own unique challenges and rewards, and that his journey was just beginning. Chapter 6. The Beach of Reflection. The fifth day of the Study Everywhere Challenge was a day Harry had been looking forward to for a while. He decided to spend his study session at the beach, a place he loved for its beauty and tranquility. The beach was a short drive from Greenfield, and Harry had visited it many times with his family. He was excited to see how the peaceful and serene environment would impact his learning. Harry arrived at the beach early in the morning, just as the sun was rising. The sky was a beautiful shade of orange and pink, and the air was filled with the salty scent of the ocean. He found a quiet spot on the sand, near the water's edge, and set up his study area. He placed his notebook, pencil, and books on a towel, and then he took a deep breath, ready to begin. As he opened his book, Harry noticed the gentle sound of the waves and the warmth of the sun on his skin. The beach was a perfect place for reflection and deep thinking. He decided to start with his English class assignment, which involved writing a personal essay about a memorable experience. The peaceful environment of the beach inspired him, and he felt a sense of clarity and focus. Harry began to write about a family vacation he had taken to the mountains when he was younger. He described the beauty of the landscape, the bond he had formed with his siblings, and the sense of adventure and discovery he had felt. As he wrote, he felt a deep connection to the memories and the emotions they evoked. The sound of the waves and the gentle breeze added to the peaceful atmosphere, making it easier for him to express his thoughts and feelings. After completing his English assignment, Harry moved on to his math homework. He had a set of algebra problems to solve, and the beach's calm environment helped him focus. He worked through each problem, feeling a sense of satisfaction as he found the solutions. The rhythmic sound of the waves and the occasional seagull provided a soothing background, making the math problems seem more manageable. As he worked, Harry noticed a group of children building a sandcastle nearby. They were laughing and having fun, and their enthusiasm was contagious. Harry decided to take a break and join them. He helped them build the sandcastle, adding towers and walls. The children were delighted to have a new friend, and they chatted about their favorite activities and dreams. Harry felt a sense of joy and connection, and the experience reminded him of the importance of play and creativity in learning. After a while, Harry and the children finished their sandcastle and decided to take a walk along the beach. They explored the tide pools and found various sea creatures, such as crabs, starfish, and small fish. Harry was fascinated by the diverse ecosystem and the intricate details of each creature. He took notes and made sketches, adding to his science project about marine life. As the morning turned into afternoon, Harry found a quiet spot under a beach umbrella and continued his studies. He worked on his history project, which involved researching the impact of the Industrial Revolution. The peaceful environment of the beach helped him focus, and he felt a sense of immersion in the subject matter. He read about the technological advancements, the social changes, and the environmental consequences of the Industrial Revolution. The contrast between the natural beauty of the beach and the historical events he was studying made the information more meaningful and engaging. Feeling the need for a break, Harry decided to go for a swim. He splashed into the cool water and swam out to where the waves were stronger. The physical activity helped him clear his mind and feel more energized. When he returned to the shore, he felt refreshed and ready to tackle the rest of his assignments. Harry spent the rest of the afternoon on the beach, alternating between studying and enjoying the natural surroundings. He wrote in his study journal about his experiences, reflecting on the peaceful environment and the sense of connection he had felt. He also noted how the beach's serene atmosphere had helped him focus and absorb information more effectively. When it was time to leave, Harry packed up his things and said goodbye to the children he had met. He felt a sense of accomplishment and gratitude for the day's adventures. The beach had provided a perfect setting for his study session, and he had learned so much more than he had expected. That evening, Harry wrote in his study journal about his beach adventure. He described the peaceful atmosphere, the interactions with the children, and the new things he had learned about marine life and the Industrial Revolution. He also noted how the beach's serene environment had helped him focus and absorb information in a new and engaging way. As he closed his journal, Harry smiled. He was eager to see what the next day would bring and where his study adventure would take him next. Little did he know that each new location would offer its own unique challenges and rewards, and that his journey was just beginning. Chapter 7. The Cafe of Creativity. The sixth day of the Study Everywhere Challenge was a cozy and inviting one. Harry decided to spend his study session at a local cafe, a place he had visited many times with his friends, but never with the intention of studying. The cafe was a small, charming establishment with wooden tables, comfortable chairs, and a warm, inviting atmosphere. Harry was excited to see how this cozy environment would impact his learning. Harry arrived at the cafe early, just as it was opening. The aroma of freshly brewed coffee and baked goods filled the air, and the soft music playing in the background added to the relaxed atmosphere. He found a quiet corner near the window and set up his study area. He placed his notebook, pencil, and books on the table, and then he ordered a cup of hot chocolate and a small pastry to enjoy while he worked. As he opened his book, Harry noticed the unique atmosphere of the cafe. The soft lighting, the comfortable furniture, and the friendly staff created a sense of comfort and inspiration. He decided to start with his creative writing assignment, which involved writing a short story about a magical forest. The cozy environment of the cafe inspired him, and he felt a sense of creativity and focus. Harry began to write, imagining a forest filled with talking animals, enchanted trees, and hidden treasures. The soft music and the gentle hum of conversation in the background added to the magical atmosphere, making it easier for him to bring his story to life. As he wrote, he felt a deep connection to the characters and the world he was creating. The cafe's warm and inviting atmosphere helped him focus and immerse himself in the story. After completing his creative writing assignment, Harry moved on to his science project about the human body. He had a set of diagrams to label and a few questions to answer. The cafe's quiet and comfortable environment helped him focus, and he felt a sense of clarity and understanding as he worked through the material. The occasional sip of hot chocolate and the small pastry provided a welcome break and a boost of energy. As he worked, Harry noticed a group of artists and writers sitting at a nearby table, discussing their projects and sharing ideas. He was intrigued by their conversation and decided to introduce himself. The group welcomed him warmly and invited him to join their discussion. They talked about their creative processes, the challenges they faced, and the inspiration they drew from their surroundings. Harry felt a sense of connection and inspiration, and the conversation added a new dimension to his learning. After a while, Harry decided to take a break and explore the cafe further. He found a bookshelf filled with a variety of books, from classic literature to modern bestsellers. He picked up a book about mythology and began to read, feeling a sense of curiosity and wonder. The stories of gods and heroes transported him to different worlds, and he felt a deeper appreciation for the power of storytelling. Feeling the need for a change of pace, Harry decided to try his hand at drawing. He found a sketchbook and some pencils on the table and began to sketch the cafe's interior. He captured the wooden tables, the cozy chairs, and the friendly faces of the staff and customers. The act of drawing helped him relax and focus, and he felt a sense of satisfaction as he brought the cafe to life on paper. As the day wore on, Harry felt a sense of connection to the community and a deeper appreciation for the cafe's cozy atmosphere. He realized that the cafe was not just a place to enjoy coffee and pastries, but also a hub of creativity and inspiration. Studying in the cafe had been a unique and enriching experience, and he felt grateful for the opportunity to explore it in a new way. When it was time to leave, Harry thanked the staff and the artists he had met and promised to return soon. He packed up his things and headed home, feeling a sense of accomplishment and excitement. The cafe had provided a perfect setting for his study session, and he had learned so much more than he had expected. That evening, Harry wrote in his study journal about his cafe adventure. He described the cozy atmosphere, the conversations with artists and writers, and the inspiration he had drawn from the environment. He also noted how the cafe's warm and inviting atmosphere had helped him focus and absorb information in a new and engaging way. As he closed his journal, Harry smiled. He was eager to see what the next day would bring and where his study adventure would take him next. Little did he know that each new location would offer its own unique challenges and rewards, and that his journey was just beginning. Chapter 8: The Garden of Growth. The 7th day of the Study Everywhere Challenge was a day of growth and discovery. Harry decided to spend his study session in a local botanical garden, a place he had visited a few times, but never with the intention of studying. The garden was a large, lush space with a variety of plants, flowers, and trees. Harry was excited to see how this natural and peaceful environment would impact his learning. Harry arrived at the garden early in the morning, just as the gates were opening. The air was fresh, and the garden was filled with the sweet scent of flowers and the sounds of birds singing. He found a quiet spot near a small pond and set up his study area. He placed his notebook, pencil, and books on a wooden bench, and then he took a deep breath, ready to begin. The vibrant colors of the flowers, the gentle rustling of the leaves, and the occasional flutter of a butterfly created a sense of tranquility and inspiration. As he opened his book, Harry noticed the unique atmosphere of the garden. He decided to start with his biology class assignment, which involved learning about plant anatomy and photosynthesis. The garden's natural environment helped him focus, and he felt a sense of immersion in the subject matter. Harry began to read about the different parts of a plant, such as the roots, stem, leaves, and flowers. He then moved on to the process of photosynthesis, learning how plants convert sunlight, water, and carbon dioxide into glucose and oxygen. The garden's diverse plant life provided a living, breathing example of what he was studying, making the information more meaningful and engaging. As he worked, Harry noticed a group of gardeners tending to the plants nearby. They were pruning bushes, watering flowers, and planting new seeds. Harry decided to take a break and talk to one of the gardeners, a friendly and knowledgeable man named Mr. Thompson. Harry introduced himself and explained his study session in the garden.